Hi guys, Bruce here. Well, I think it's time to do the annual Sunday walk through the yard. Yard. So this is up against the shed. This year I put some potatoes up against there and they're flowering. Now this is, I'll tell you, this is August, early August, and my garden is late. One of the reasons why it's late is because we got a project you'll see in a minute. And another reason is we've had very cold evenings. It's still going down to, let's see, what's 11 degrees? It's going down to 50, 53, 54 at night for you guys? No. Yes, that sounds right. I don't even know how to do Fahrenheit anymore. So anyway, start again. Carrots, looking great. Edible already. First batch of romaine lettuce has been wonderful. The red leaf lettuce has been really good. This is an older batch of romaine and then a newer batch of romaine. Beets, salad onions, and the odd hollyhock, volunteer sneaks in. Tomatoes. Oh, and I planted these last year and 2 came up. Red too. Don't know what to do with them. So anyway, back to the garden. Tomatoes are looking really good. Look at that down here. I am a 9-hour drive north of Helena, Montana, guys. And look at that. Can you see that? A red tomato. Tomato! Coming. Really good. Over here. Now we usually put straw flowers in this location. And these are just a million bells. Okay, new. The glads aren't doing very well this year. That's those right there. Verbellum, I believe that's called. And I've got a volunteer ash tree. And I think I'm going to move him. I keep saying that now. He's about 3 years old. Hosta. Tiger lilies. Coming good. And there's nothing pansy about a pansy, guys. I'm not being, that's just, these are tough. Come up through the snow. And then one disappointment for us this year has been the impatiens. They're pretty, but I just don't think the weather's been right for them. Or the soil we bought this year, we usually buy a couple bags of soil just to help us along. I think it was too woody. Now the petunias and the pansies liked it, but not the impatiens. Impatiens are funny, fussy guys, eh? Buenas tardes, amigo. And then the Norseman's rose, the begonia, are just lovely this year. This one, we cropped it back. It was starting to mutate. It's going across the deck. And look at that one, eh? Aren't they something? Move a little slow for you. Buenas tardes, amigo. And then these are chili hots. They're just coming. These are the ones that my wife makes a beautiful shrimp dinner with. Oh my gosh. Rosemary. So now we're getting over here. Look at my beautiful apple tree. It's got so many apples this year that the apples may end up being a little bit smaller. There, that gives you an idea of the size. Waiting for my grandson to pick them. The city changed our waste distribution. So now we have blue for paper, green for garden, and black for garbage. And that used to be in a garbage bin right here. So at that point, this year we took out 9 spruce trees and 11 stumps all along here. You guys might remember seeing those. And we put in 5 Lombardy poplar. And this lawn was planted by seed not even 3 weeks ago. It's still struggling in spots, but this is where the trunk of one of the spruce trees was. So anyway, I'll be right back. So where was I? Yes, pansies in the oak barrels. Doing great, eh? And then we have the garden is way bigger this year because it used to stop right about here where the spruce trees were from the fence. They were mature. Like they were as big as that old boy across the alley. So where the spruce trees were, I put potatoes, and then the 5 towering poplars, right? And then we have, this is exciting for me, this is the first year we've done pumpkins in this garden, and they're really coming. Not as good as our American cousins, but look at that, we're gonna get some pumpkins. And then I've got my 3 sisters here. Oh, I'll just walk right through the yard here. We have corn. Now it doesn't look that tall, but remember where we are. And I've got spaghetti squash in the middle of the corn, and then right beside the corn we have beans, and those are called the 3 sisters. So there's a look back at the yard through the arch. Kind of fun, eh? And that's a volunteer sunflower, and then more pumpkin over here, and I love it. And then more potatoes on this side of the garden where the spruce trees were, because potatoes are really good for the soil. They put out lots of tiny little roots that eventually rot back in. And look at, we have peas coming, just waiting for our grandson. That's the reason for the peas. So let me just come through the little arch. And finally we got the clematis to bloom. Aren't they beautiful? So I'll back up now. That's the compost bin. And then my wife and I are both quite symmetrical in our thinking. So we have a sundial back there, and on the other side over there we have a bird bath, and then chives located there, and there to kind of give a nice sense of symmetry to the yard. And that's where we have our beverages on a hot afternoon, which is what we are now today. So let's walk over to the other side of the part where the spruce trees used to be. And look at this. This is seeded grass not that long ago, guys. We moved a little pine tree over to here. He's struggling a little bit. And a lily on the end. I hope I'm not going too fast or too slow. And then there's I think that's called verbellum on the bottom of that oak barrel. And we had verbellum on the bottom of the other pansy way, way, way over there. But it didn't make it. And then once again, more peppers. Different kinds. Chili hots, I believe those are. And then with the potatoes in to help the soil from the spruce trees robbing the nutrients for 50 years, right? So let's just walk over here. Yes, my tractors and snow blowers. That's not what we're looking at today. So we've got delphinium, and we put in the odd annual just to bring us some color. This is a potentilla. Petunias, ferns, aren't they something? Like up to my waist. More delphinium. I stuck a potato in there. Last of the bleeding heart. Aren't they something? And then, of course, our source of pride for us in the north. I had a bad cable on my lights. These lights are on cable. They're not on. They're not solar. Poppies, petunias, more poppies, fun, huh? And ground planted petunias in amongst the verbellum. That's what I'm calling it. If I'm wrong, oh well. And this one's just getting operated on. It fell off. Came out of the screw in the roof, in the eave. So daylilies. Million bells. More petunias, with a moose hiding in behind the petunias. and then back over to the chili hot peppers on the step. So that's kind of funny. And we're going to stay away from all the machines and everything for this little tour. Let's just go out front. I still have to relocate one water barrel after that, the garbage chute change. So there's a water barrel. That black thing is a water barrel drain, and then I use this chute in the summertime, in the wintertime. Ooh, sounds like a haunted house. Another bleeding heart that's just on its last legs. And then nasturtium. And these were planted by seed, and they just, like again, once again this year, guys, they just have not produced like some of the other plants. But the petunias have really, like, that's 3 pots, but it looks like 1 pot. These are a hollyhock and a wild rose back there, and then 3 geraniums. We used to have them spread out under the tree, but they didn't give enough light. So do you guys remember this spring? I set the camera up right about here. And I was doing a grass enhancement over here, and I thought the spruce tree was going to kill the new grass, but it has done okay. And there's Mrs. Pender's car. And then the other side of the front. So, once again, thank you for coming along this this late tour. August, huh? I usually do it in 3rd week in July. I fertilized and I put a little too much on when I turned the corner. So, and that fence we painted and rebuilt. That fence is 30 years old this year. So thanks again for watching. He's in there somewhere. See, all those branches are completely dead that he's in there. And we have planted 5 Swedish poplars. They're called Swedish aspen and all kinds of different things. And there's about 4 different varieties, 3 or 4 different varieties. I'm not an expert, just what I read online, right?